Hello my dear students, in this video we are going to study C++ operators. What do you mean by operator? Operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform mathematical or logical manipulations. There are three different types of operators. The first one is unary operator, and the second one is binary operator, and the third one is ternary operators. So let us continue with the first one, unary operators. What do you mean by unary operators? The definition says unary operator operates only on one operand. Example: exclamation mark, ampersand symbol, tilde symbol, asterisk symbol, incrementation operator, decrementation operator, plus sign and minus sign. Now let us continue with binary operators. What do you mean by binary operators? These are the operators that operate on two operands. Such operators are called as binary operators. So binary operators are further again classified into various types. The first one is arithmetic operators, the second one is relational operators, and the third one is logical operators, and the fourth one is bitwise operators. Fifth one is shorthand operators, and the sixth one is assignment operators. Let us continue with the first one, arithmetic operators. Here arithmetic operator consisting of plus, minus, multiplication, division, that is integer division, and modular division. Relational operators. So there are total 6 relational operators such as double equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Now we'll continue with logical operators. There are 3 different types of logical operators. The first one is logical AND, which will be denoted as double ampersand symbol, and next one is logical NOT, that will be denoted as double vertical line, and the third logical operator is exclamation mark, so that is nothing but logical NOT. Bitwise operators. So these operators operates only on bits. For example, bitwise AND, that will be denoted as single ampersand symbol, bitwise OR, that is denoted by a single vertical line, and bitwise XOR, that is denoted by a caret symbol, and the next is negation, that is denoted as tilde symbol. Next is double less than symbol, that is nothing but left hand shift operator. Double greater than symbol, that represent right shift operator. Shorthand operators. In shorthand assignment operator, we are going to combine arithmetic and bitwise operators with assignment operators. For example, plus equal to, minus equal to, multiplication equal to, integer division equal to, modular division equal to. Bitwise shorthand assignment are ampersand equal to, vertical line equal to, caret equal to. Next we'll move on to assignment operators, which is used to assign or initialize some value to the variable. For example, let us take n. N is a variable which can be initialized with any value. So for example, here I'll take n is equal to 10. So here equal to symbol represent it is an assignment operator. Special operators. Special operators such as size of, comma operator, dot operator, pointer operator, which we are going to study in a forthcoming chapters. Ternary operators. Here the two operators are question mark and colon. Now let us take one example. So here if A is greater than B, question mark, A colon B. If the condition is true, then A will get executed, otherwise B will get executed. And now next we'll move on to precedence of operators or hierarchy of operators. So here arithmetic or any logical expression that consisting of several different operators which has got different hierarchy or precedence. Here the expressions will be evaluated in the order in which the operations are to be carried out is called as hierarchy. Now let us take an example, 7 plus 3 into 2. So here we should not go from left to right and we should not add 7 plus 3 first and multiply it by 2. So we have to give the priority first to the multiplication because it has got the highest priority. So here 3 into 2, that is 6, 6 plus 7, so that gives us 13. So this is the actual hierarchy or precedence or priority you can give to that particular operator. Type conversion. So what do you mean by type conversion? Type conversion is a process of converting one type of data into another type of data is called as type conversion. There are two different types of type conversions. The first one is implicit type conversion and the second one is explicit type conversion. So let us continue with the first one, that is implicit type conversion. What do you mean by implicit type conversion? Here compiler is going to convert the lower type of data into higher type of data automatically by itself is called as implicit type conversion. Next move on to explicit type conversion. What do you mean by explicit type conversion? Here the programmer will explicitly convert from higher type of data into lower type of data that can be enclosed within the round braces. Now we'll move on to structure of C++ program that consisting of first include files, class declaration, member declaration and the main function. Here include files are nothing but they are the preprocessor directives, so that begin with hash symbol. So those are to be included in order to make the use of the inbuilt functions present in those particular header files. Next is class declaration. So here we are going to define a class, so that is nothing but it is a blueprint to create an object, so that includes both data member as well as function members. So class definition or declaration always begin with the keyword called class and the user defined class name and curly open and closing brace that consisting of code, that code consisting of the executable statements. Next, member function declarations. So member functions are essentially required in order to operate on the data. Main function. So without main function you will not be able to execute any C++ program. At least one and at most one main program is essentially required in a C++ program to execute. Next we'll move on to library functions. Library functions are the built-in functions which are already present in a compiler, so that can be utilized whenever and wherever it is required. You can call by its name by creating object of that particular class. Now let us study character functions. So character functions are built-in functions which are present in ctype.h header file. Let us continue with the examples. Is alpha, is digit, is alnum, is upper, is lower, to upper, to lower, to ASCII, to punch, is space. So all of these functions are present in ctype.h header file. Next, string functions. So here string is nothing but it's a sequence of characters enclosed within a pair of double quotation mark is called as string constants. But these string functions can be utilized for different operations on strings. So let us continue with the first one is strcat, that is string concatenation. Next, strcpy, that is string copy. strlwr, that is string lowercase. strupr, that is string uppercase. strlen, that returns the number of characters present in a string. strrev, that gives us the reversed string. strcmp, that compares two strings. strcmpi, that compares two strings, that is case insensitive. Next we'll study console input output functions. There are four console input output functions. The first one is getChar, putChar, gets, puts. Next we'll continue with variables. What do you mean by variable? Variable is a quantity that changes during the execution of a program is called as variable. Next, declaration of a variable. So how to declare a variable? Here the syntax is data type, variable name and semicolon. Let us take an example. Data type int variable name n semicolon. Initializing a variable. Once the variable is declared with a respective data type, we can initialize any respective type of value to that particular variable. Here we can see the syntax: data type variable name equal to some value or expression semicolon. Now let us take one example. For example, data type float. Next I'll take the variable name as height, assignment operator, then 5.4. So here 5.4 is a floating point or a real number, so that can be assigned to height, which is floating type of data. That's all in this video. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you in the next video.